Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. What it do? What it do? Movie critic wonder once again. At your service, at your service. Halloween Spooktacular, it has continued. Part 2, or part D, however you want to do it. Well, I have a treat for y'all. Today, we are going to be reviewing Mercy. Now, there's another Mercy. I think it came out in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. But this version came out in 2014. It is a horror thriller directed by Peter Cromwell, who also directed the Haunting in Connecticut. For my fellow horror fans that seen that, you know, real good movie. And it's actually based on Grandma by Stephen King, which came out in 1984. It's starring Chandler Riggs, yes, from The Walking Dead. Oh! And Dylan McDermott, who's famous for being on American Horror Story and a few other movies. It was a straight-to-video release. It was a 4.9 out of 10 on IMDb, 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. Basically, it's a story about a single mom who has to leave her house, leave her family, because her mom did some things which, okay, let's just get into it, because the story goes back in kind of a flashback form to what her mom did. Now, her mom couldn't have kids. They tried. Every time she got pregnant, she had a miscarriage. So eventually she just kind of gave up. Her husband gave up, but there was something in the mountains in the land that they owned. The priest claimed she went up there and basically made a deal with the witch. She got a book, and next thing they know, she had like 3 kids, and the doctors told her she couldn't have kids. Like, stop trying, you're gonna continue to have miscarriages. So the priest always thought something was up with it, but he just kind of let it go. But he realized that every time she would go to the book and something miraculous would happen, it was kind of like another piece of her would disappear or get taken over by evil spirits. So that's your premise for what we have going on here. Now, out of the 3 kids, she made 2 stay home. They had to be around her at all times. She didn't want to lose sight of them. The only one that kind of did get away was our main character's mom, who went to the military, and she got away from pretty much the culture and what was going on at home. Now, we fast forward. She has 2 kids, a marriage that's not working out, and she has to go back and take care of her mom. Now, the boys have met their grandmother a few times, but it's just kind of like, one of those things where you see grandma maybe once or twice a year, if that, and that's it. Now, the 2 sons who are main characters are Buddy and George. George, of course, being played by Chandler Riggs. So they get to the country, which is where her mom stays, and basically she's just kind of a shell. She doesn't say much, she doesn't do much. They just have to take care of her. But every now and then a dark spirit will kind of pass through, and she'll start mumbling some Latin. They never catch on to it or call it Latin in the movie, but I believe the language that she's spewing is Latin. And basically what starts to happen is she begins to pass on, but they start to realize that something is really going on with their grandmother, and it's actually the black magic cast that she used. You see, the black magic has cast out a demon, and the demon wants to take over their son. So there goes the premise of the story. Or what it was supposed to be. It kind of jumps around, and some things are not made as clear as others. So you're just gonna have to bear with me while I, try to run through it. So basically, the grandmother is not the grandmother. She's possessed. It's there, but the demon only comes out when George is around because it wants George's soul. Now somehow the younger ghost version of the grandmother tells him that. But the main part that I had an issue with was, okay, him and his brother find the book. Now the only way to get to understand how to make the spell work is you have to really want something and cry, and when your tear hits the book, the pages will tell you exactly what spell you need to cast and what it'll do. Now when George first drops a tear and he realizes it, Buddy grabs the book and throws it in a shredder. As he turns, somehow a blade comes out and hits him like in the sternum. They call their mama. Now their mom, who knows black magic is going on, she may not believe it, but she knows it's going on, decides to take the brother that's injured to the hospital and leave the other brother to stay with his grandmother, and the younger brother is probably like about 11 or 12. So of course that's when the demon goes in to take over. And I'll be honest with you, by the end of the story, the demon's trying to take over him, and it's a flashback from his grandmother going back to the beginning of the movie when he was afraid of a snake and she was telling him to confront it, and he confronts it and kills the snake. So maybe he's not possessed, because he does have a little narration at the end of the movie where he's like, some people say, nothing good comes from anything bad, but I came from something bad because, my grandmother had me via a deal with the devil, and here I am now, and I'm not in that lane at all. So I kind of got that, but at the same time, I was like, it could have been explained a whole lot better. But the movie kind of jumped around and stuff like that, and it just kind of made the plot a little funky. Like I said, the mom left. She could have left the other older brother in hospital care since it wasn't life threatening, because he's at the end of the movie standing with them. So she could have left them, came back, made sure her youngest son was okay to be with her mom, who she knew was acting weird. Instead, she waited, I guess, until like it was nighttime. Then she tried to come back. They ended up tying her up and almost using her as a hostage. So I didn't really get that. Like I said, I don't know if the spirit possessed George at the end or not. I'm gonna guess it wasn't, because he did say some type of narration, and you didn't get the little black eyes or any type of little effect at the end of the movie to let you think, oh, we're pulling a twist. So I'm gonna say he's not possessed, and that's pretty much how the movie ended. All over the place. I tried to get the best of this review as I could and try to compact it for you, and hopefully if you're interested, you'll go check it out. The line of the movie for me was when George was like, "Stop, Grandma, this isn't you." Y'all know Chandler, he just said it so cute and so innocent. I was like, oh, maybe that isn't you, Grandma. But it is. You sold your soul. You know what you did. Well, anyway, that's how we're gonna wrap this up. Like I said, it was a good attempt by the director, and we always award creativity. I mean, you don't want to see the same movie over and over again, right? So sometimes people take chances, they take risk in scripts, and sometimes it don't work out. And I think this was one of the times where it didn't work out, which explains why this movie came out in 2014 And here it is, 2022, and I'm just hearing about it. So I think that pretty much says everything you need to know. So as far as the rating goes, it's going to get not a 1, but a 2. Scary pumpkins. That's right. So tune in for the next one. See what you get. Like, subscribe, share. Remember, subscription is free. Just hit that button for your boy one time. Appreciate it. Love y'all. Peace.